Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. So this is going to be a pretty quick one. So, I'm trying to think how long ago this was. It was probably 2 weeks ago now or so, right? First off, I'll start off by saying, since Lionsgate, with all these, this energy's coming through that, activated some more of my DNA. Michael L. is like really tall. He's getting taller now, or he's showing me like more of his real self, I guess, or something. I don't know. So like in the beginning, the archangels and the seraphim, they would like make themselves smaller to make me feel comfortable, right? And like I told you guys how they would, increase their size and then become smaller, right? But ever since Lionsgate, it's like I'm seeing them as they are, or like in the 3D or 4D, whatever. I'm seeing them as they appear. I guess they would appear in the 4D, I guess. I don't know. So like I'm like, Michael, why are you so tall now? Like, you're so tall, right? And I was like, how tall are you? I'm like, no, don't tell me. Let me look at you and try to, calculate this, And I was like, he was standing on my deck, right? He's about, I would say 10 to 12 feet tall, okay? So it was so funny. I was walking back into my bedroom this day when he was tall, right? And I'm turn around, and he was like ducking in there. I'm like, why don't you just make yourself shorter? He's trying to be funny, right? So like he was like, it was a telepathic thing. I can't, like I said, I can't put into words, but it was like a feeling. He was giving me the feeling like, we have company, right? I have someone special to see. Someone's here that wants to see you, right? Someone really wants to see you, right? And I was like, and as I'm turning around, there was another very tall angel next to him, right? And I was like, hi, right? And I met this angel before, his archangelic form, back in that night when I met all the archangels. But that memory is very fuzzy to me, and I wasn't able to see all the other angels' faces as clearly as I was able to see Halo and Michael, right? So, well, this form is a different form because it's his merged self, this angel I'm speaking of, this seraphim, right? This seraphim is merged with his other masculine side and his feminine side. So like these three archangels merged equals this seraphim, right? So I'm looking at him and I'm like, I got really red because he's he's beautiful, right? These seraphim are fucking beautiful, to the point where you're like, you just can't help like get I like had to sit down, right? And I was like, and I could feel my face get flushed, right? I started blushing and like almost drooling, of course, right? And I'm like, why are you guys so beautiful? I can't take this, right? And this angel, this seraphim started laughing so hard and so loud, which made me, blush even more, because it was like music, right? It's like when these guys laugh, it's like music, right? It's like a symphony, the most beautiful symphony you've ever heard, right? It's just like, it makes you feel really good too, right? I can't, it's like magic, but you know what I mean? It's just where they're from, right? And I was like, and then the more I was blushing and being, like acting like that, the more he was laughing. He's like, oh my gosh. He's like, oh, I'm going to hold this over your head for eternity. He could not get over how I was acting. He would not stop laughing. And like I said, the more he laughed, the more I was like, I was so red and like blushing and like drooling that I had my I pulled up my comforter and I was covering up, right up to under my eyes with my comforter, right? And like then I even covered my whole face because I couldn't. It was like I can't explain to you guys how it feels to be in the presence of these seraphim. It's like, you know, I'm getting used to Michael L. So, but this new one, it's completely different energy, right? So he's laughing, I'm blushing. He's laughing, I'm blushing. He's laughing, I'm blushing. And I'm like, who are you, right? I'm like, who are you, right? And he's like, you think I'm going to tell you? No way, right? And he's like, this is great. This is great that you don't know who I am at all. This is crazy to me, right? He's like, come on, you know me, right? And Michael L's, you know, he was also laughing with him, right? So I have two of these angels laughing, you know, I have two of these seraphim laughing at me, right? And he's like, look at me, you know me. And I'm like, I can't look at you, you're too beautiful, right? And he's like, and again, he's like, oh my gosh, this is just so funny. This is so funny. And he's like, I'm telling you. He's like, I'm going to hold this over your head. This is going to be like the best thing ever. Like when you finally are out of here and you realize who I am. And he's like, and he looks at Michael out and he's like, I can't believe she doesn't, like, this is just weird how she can't, like, he's like, you just we were just together, like in the sleep state. We were just communicating and having fun and, you know, making plans. And here you are, and you'd have no idea who I am. He's like, it's so funny. This is so funny. He's like, I'm your brother. And I'm like, well, okay, well, you know. And I was like, again, I lifted the comforter over my head, right? And he's laughing again. He's like, I cannot get over this. He's like, we are all going to hold this over your head. We're going to make fun of you for all of eternity about this. How you were like, you know, drooling and, you know, passing out and fainting over us when, you know, we are your brothers, right? He's like, this is so great. This is so, he kept saying how funny it was and how this is so great. This is so great. So I'm like, who are you? Just tell me. He's like, no. He's like, no. And he started laughing about it. I'm like, that's not nice and that's not fair, right? And they were just both laughing at me, and they found, you know, they just find it so funny because, like, apparently I'm spending more and more when I'm in the sleep state. I'm spending more time with them, you know. And we're like I said, we're making plans for when I'm awake, well, the transmutation work and all this other stuff. He's like, come on, stop playing around. You know who I am, right? And I did not know who it is. And, like, I didn't even realize until a few days later who it was. And I bet you guys could figure it out. But me, like, I don't know. I'm just like I'm like an airhead sometimes, right? Like, I'm really intelligent, but sometimes I have these, you know, blonde moments, right? So it's so funny. I was, like, looking up, you know, pictures to use for the videos that I make, right? And this one picture came up. And it was Archangel Metatron, right? And it looks exactly like the angel that I see in my room. Exactly. And I was like, oh my God, duh, right? Of course. It was Seraphim Metatron, right? Oh my God, you guys, he is beautiful. He is beautiful. I mean, they all are. They're all fucking beautiful. So, but I just wanted to share that like, I should have caught on right away who it was, because this is the Seraphim, you know, that I was working with, you know, in his archangelic form as well, right? Like, this is the one I've been working with lately, you know, with Michael L. and the rest of them, you know. So yeah, I had to share that story. How he's like, I cannot believe she doesn't know who I am. I can't believe she can't figure this out. And he kept saying, oh, well, wait till we're out of here. Oh, we are going to hold this over your head. I'm like, thanks, guys. That's nice. And, like, later on, Michael L. was like, you know, these seraphim that are, you know, coming out of stasis, that are just coming out of stasis, you know, their memories are fresh of right before they went to stasis. So it's like, it's a little bit different for them, you know. They're also going through their own awakening, right? It's hard to explain about that. It's hard to explain in terms of that. Maybe I'll have Michael L. come on and talk a little bit about that, because it's hard to explain like what they're going through, because it's different. They're different from the archangels. These are the dragons that just came out of stasis, right? These seraphim that are they're merging with their other aspects again. They are also like, they're going through their awakening, so they are having to deal with all these memories and all this other crap too. So they're going through a lot of hard times too, right? So like Michael Lau told me later on, he's like, these dragons that are coming out of stasis, you'll be spending time with each of them. And he's like, this one, he wouldn't tell me who it was, because they, like I said, they want me to figure it out for myself. He's like, the reason he was like that also is because, like, you are not only his sister, but you're also his mother, right? And I still don't understand how that works too, but like Sophia, she's the mother of these seraphim. So it's like, he's thinking like, my own mother doesn't recognize me, right? He just thinks that's, he thinks it's hilarious. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird. That's all, you guys. I don't even know if it's really quick, but it is what it is. All right, I love you guys. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it.